Hello everyone, I am Mindy, and today I wanted to pick up a subject I put out there on Instagram 4 weeks ago about the contraception and a post I made about it as well. Well, I reposted something I found online, and that post said something along these lines. We could create a pill for people with penises, but we don't because don't want to give them the side effects that you get. When I saw that post, triggered me or it made me feel like uncomfortable, and I felt, kind of this old wound or pain I felt in the past when I was in a situation with people that kind of pushed me to take the pill because I was the only one who could get a pill because that's not for men. This feeling I had back then, it was like so lonely. I felt that I could not tell this to anybody. So I put it there, I made a poll, and I got many votes of women who said, yes, please make a video about this. I think that many women, like I did, feel that they don't want to take a pill or any other hormonal contraception, or let's just call it contraception, because it feels odd. It feels weird in their bodies. It does not feel like you are 100% in control of what's happening in your body. It's not a mental, it's not an idea that you get, because that's something that actually the gynecologist back then used to tell me back in 2014, 15. They said like, oh, it's mental. You feel like you're like having more mood swings and stuff, but it's just your idea. It's like a placebo thing, they said to me. Even my ex-partner said the same to me. Because like it's the whole society that's built up around the idea that women are the ones responsible for, contraception. And I do get it. Why it's done this way? You're the one who carries the baby, so therefore you're the one who should, be taking something. And there are pills for men, but some of them have side effects that they don't want to take, or the risk. One of the girls that texted me on this post I put on Instagram said, well, my ex-partner had kidney problems, and if he would take the pill, that would create such a bigger risk for his kidney problem. So the ex decided not to take it. Whether for one reason or the other, it has fallen onto the woman, right? But the woman feels a lot of things. I'm gonna share like my personal experience. I lost my period. Then I got a lot of bleeding with this next contraception. In between all of these, I got a lot of acne, like my face, like was terrible, what was happening there. And I also got lots of constantly headache, and I had mood swings. And yes, I'm someone who is very prone to having mood swings throughout the month or during my hormonal pikes. But when I was on the pill, it was just like constantly, continuously. And I tried many hormonal things. I tried like patches, and this video is not only about the pill, it's about any contraception that messes women's bodies. And then eventually, it was like many years down the line, I decided to stop using this contraception when I ended up that relationship with that ex. There are many partners actually who say, if you don't take the pill or if you don't use contraception, then we don't have sex. And so it's like they push you basically to do. They don't push you literally, but you feel like this emotional blackmailing, and you feel like, damn, I'm damaging my relationship. This is in the worst case scenario. In the better case scenario, still the partner is understanding, but he always would be supportive of them using the pill. Here's my point. Your body is your body. And if someone loves you, they love your body as well. Someone who loves you and who is aware of what actually loving someone means, they would not want to put that person they love onto these symptoms that are just not natural to you. When I used to tell other people about these things, they would say like, okay, he doesn't really love you. And I would find always excuses to say, yes, he loves me. But reality is, down the line, many years after, I know that he did not love me. Not only he himself, I didn't know how to take care of myself, in the sense of, okay, if this is making my life miserable, how can I keep doing something that is damaging myself? But I was not in that space. And I know there are many women who go through the same, letting the other person be a priority. Time to go home, running a bit late, but I'm gonna keep telling you once I'm there. Let's go. So I'm back, and as you just read, I'm not going to tell you what you should do yet. I'm going to share what I did myself. But before I go there, I want to say a little disclaimer, because there is always people watching who says like, but I don't agree with this, I'm very happy with my contraception. Contraception doesn't feel like anything. Then this video is just not for you. This video is made for women who, just like myself, feel that the contraception affects their body, their moods, their emotions. So keep that in mind. I took a break because I was not in any relationship. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna take any sort of contraception. Slowly, I went back to kind of normal. So to know how my body did without all of those extra hormones, basically. And I researched before I needed to take a new contraception, and I just knew deep in my gut and in my body that the next time I take something that was going to be natural. That meaning I would not be taking any hormones in my body. I did try the spiral, the IUD, the copper one, during the period that I was trying with all of those hormonal things as well, but it also felt terrible in my body. So this time I was like, okay, I need to learn something new. And so I actually put myself into the natural contraception, what they call natural contraception, which is like a long-term learning process. It's not something that you just do in one day, like you take a pill one day and it's done, or every day and it's done. I decided to go with natural contraception because I was aware that I needed to get to know my body better, and I was all in. I wanted to do it, and I wanted to, take on like that new challenge basically, and that requires lots of dedication. Now, there's people who does this with a calendar only, and I would not recommend that. What I did instead is that I bought Natural Cycles app, and they sent you a thermometer. And that is actually what I have here. That's the thermometer. Actually, I have two, although I'm not using it anymore. I use Natural Cycle for 3 to 4 years, something like that. And it really changed my life. And by the way, I'm not getting any sponsored post or anything. I just want to share what works for me. Natural Cycles is an app that calculates with an algorithm your possible dates of ovulation, when your period is going to be, and it uses your temperature. And you add in the data. I think it was 5 days out of 7 days a week. You're not supposed to drink alcohol or more than 1 cup of, I don't remember if it was 1 or 2 cups of alcohol, or it gives you a fake result of your body temperature. I know you can also do this without the app, but the app is so good. It's like really accurate. And of course, the more data you add in, the more accuracy it has. What it measures is your ovulation. So you know when you're going to be ovulating, but because you're putting in all the data and you're kind of aware, you notice like when you experience little mild pain here and there, so you start noticing small changes in your body, and I thought that was so cool. This is not something for people who has several partners or who are not in a committed relationship, because it's just a method that helps for you to avoid pregnancy, not STD. Also, when you want to avoid pregnancy, it's not 100% that you won't get pregnant if you avoid those days, because sometimes your ovulation can move a day or two and then you can still get pregnant, which is actually a very low risk. The accuracy of this method with this app is the same than the pill. I think it's like only 2% of fail, 2 or 4, something like that, just like similar to the pill. So it can happen. When there is intercourse, there is the chance of getting babies. So don't forget that. But it is really good because if you follow this, you know what days you should avoid or what days use protection. Eventually, I just noticed that I did not need the app anymore because I just know my body. I just know when it's happening. So that's the first thing I wanted to say, and I wanted to like close this whole thing by saying, if you're in a relationship with someone who is pushing you to get hormonal contraception so you both are safe, not everybody do this because they want to be mean. Some people don't know. So I would advise to educate them or let them understand what you're going through. And I hope you can get into like an understanding together. If you want to move to another sort of contraception, natural contraception, whatever it is that you want to do, try to do it together if it's possible. There are some cases, like the case I explained of my own case, when that was just not possible. So I think those are the things that make you kind of reevaluate a relationship. So I want to know if you like this kind of video. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye!